Hi, Chem team. There are two main types of change that matter can undergo. Matter can undergo a physical change, in which the matter changes its appearance, but it stays the same type of molecule. Or it can undergo a chemical change, in which matter changes into new types of molecules. So examples of physical changes would be folding a substance, or cutting it, or dissolving it, or melting it, or breaking it. In all of these examples, the matter stays the same type of molecule. It changes appearance, but it doesn't change its identity. A chemical change, on the other hand, does change a substance into new molecules. So examples of that would be something rotting, or our food digesting, or a piece of metal rusting. And often clues to a chemical change would be a sudden change in color, or something burning or releasing energy suddenly, or bubbling, a sudden release of gas. So how can we tell whether something is a physical or chemical change? One way is by looking at chemical equations to see if there's any new molecules being made. If so, it would be a chemical change. So for example, if we look at the chemical equation of the combustion of hydrogen, we can see on the left side of this chemical equation, we have our starting molecules, or our reactants. And on the right side, we have the products, the ending molecules of the reaction. You'll notice also that there's some letters in parentheses. These represent the phases that the different molecules are in. So a G would represent that these molecules are in the gas phase, an L would represent liquid, S would represent solid, and an AQ would represent aqueous, like aqua, which just means that the molecules are dissolved at the time. So here in this equation, we can see that our starting molecules, we have two diatomic hydrogen molecules and one diatomic oxygen molecule. And over the course of the reaction, they are going to react to form two water molecules. We'll make that reaction here. One more time. So these molecules broke apart and they formed into water molecules. So this would be an example of a chemical change because new molecules were produced. We started out with diatomic hydrogen and diatomic oxygen. We ended up with water molecules. We can look at a different example of a change, the melting or the fusion of water. In this example, you can see that we've got water that's starting out in its solid form, ice form, and it's changing into water in its liquid form. So we can see that a phase change occurred from solid to liquid. And this would be an example of a physical change in which our reactant molecules stayed the same type of molecules even as they changed phases. And that's it. At this point, you guys got a couple of practice problems. We'll see you in class tomorrow.